There are three types of muscle tissue in our body. When we look at this muscle tissue, it has different characteristics. So for example, we have smooth muscle. And smooth muscle is characterized by being involuntary. And so that means that we are not controlling it consciously. So it is not a type of muscle tissue that would be involved in, say, for example, movement, because it is involuntary. Also, when we look at it, it is unstriated. It generally forms sheets of tissue. And so, for example, one place where this is located is in the digestive system. So your digestive tract. When we look at the digestive tract, it has a layer of circular muscle and it has a layer of longitudinal muscle. And this allows for this rhythmic contraction and relaxation that forces food down through your digestive tract. So that is an example of where it is found. It is also found in the bladder. It is also found in the uterus and also in our blood vessels. So the blood vessels are capable of constricting or dilating, and this helps to move the blood through the body. So that would be smooth muscle. The next type of muscle is the cardiac muscle. And this one is an easy one to remember because this is the muscle that is in the heart. We'll talk more about the heart, but the heart is a very big muscle that contracts to pump blood throughout the body. And it has specific type of tissue that allows it to contract even when not stimulated by the nervous system. So this is also generally considered involuntary. And it is indeed, when we look at it underneath a light microscope, it is striated. And we're going to talk later about what those striations are. This type of muscle also tends to be branched cells. So we have branched cells. And that is because the cells connect to one another and they contract against one another. They're not contracting against your skeleton, right? They're contracting against the blood in the heart, but also against itself. So the whole organ contracts. The last type of muscle, which we're going to spend quite a bit of time on, is called the skeletal muscle. And this is the one that causes movement. And so the skeletal muscle is voluntary and it is striated. Now, when we actually look at individual muscles, like your biceps muscle, this is actually an organ. So it's not just composed of muscle tissue, but rather it has connective tissue and it has blood vessels. And so an individual muscle is actually an organ. So we're going to talk more about the characteristics of the skeletal muscle and how it is able to contract against our skeleton and cause movement in the body.